Over the years, there have been many different horror films released, and some have been even scarier than the other. But there's been one question that has stuck in my head for a very long time. Why do people like to get scared? My name is Ryan Brown, and the film you're about to see will try to give you some thought about the history of the horror genre and why people watch them. What's your favorite horror movie?
Scream 3. It's hilarious, but scary at the same time.
What's your favorite horror movie?
My favorite horror movie? Probably Scary Movie.
Yeah, that's kind of more of a comedy, but I understand, pretty sure.
Yeah, and partly because I really don't watch a lot of scary movies because they scare me.
What's your favorite horror movie?
I'd have to say Halloween.
So, what is a horror film and where did it all start? A horror film is a movie which strives upon putting fear and shock into viewers by using strong images that are unsettling and sometimes downright disgusting. The horror genre first popped up in the late 1800s. Its first known horror film ever made is The House of the Devil. It was made in 1897 and was only 3 minutes long. This movie is what started what I would call the horror craze. What was the first horror movie you ever watched?
I think it was Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
What was the first horror film you ever watched?
Quarantine.
What was the first scary movie you ever watched?
Probably The Wizard of Oz. I'm talking about that whole monkey scene in the forest. It was very disturbing for me because the music, I hear the music today, it still freaks me out.
Yeah. But what was the first legitimate one that you've ever actually seen or that you can recall?
Okay, probably more say Seven.
After House of the Devil, the horror genre began to rise up during the 1900s with many famous films like Frankenstein, Dracula, Night of the Living Dead, and countless others. It wasn't until the 70s and 80s that the horror genre really started to become a lot more famous like it is today, with movies like Halloween, The Exorcist, Friday the 13th, and A Nightmare on Elm Street. Why do you think horror films have been so successful over the years?
Honestly, I have no idea. Probably just people like them, I guess.
Because people dig it.
Oh, jeez, I don't know. I think everyone has a little bit of a fascination with that, and I don't know why, because it's kind of sick and morbid in a way when you think about it.
There are some key basic elements that almost every horror film has. Horror films usually always involve images that frighten the viewer, like jump scares and creepy moments. Moments of suspense, scenes that keep you on the edge of your seat. Gruesome moments usually involve death or blood and gore. A specific cause of the terror, like something supernatural, like a ghost, a creature, or a serial killer. And as always, all horror films involve people screaming in fear. What scares you the most in a horror film? What type of things, like ghosts or serial killers, stuff like that?
Actually, probably what they make you think rather than what you see.
When things are all ah! And jump out at you, you know.
Probably possessed little children with knives. That just scares me, man.
Now that you have some more insight on the genre itself, let's try to find out why people watch them. Well, the answer is simple. It's for the thrill of the chase. Lots of people in the world are what you would call thrill seekers. Almost everyone is. They want to get as close to the danger as possible without actually necessarily being in the danger. This is why people watch these kind of movies. They want to see the guts and the scares and ghosts and killers and all that without being in the room beside them. People like fear. So, now I ask you, what scares you?